Hey everybody, Hunter here. Today my speech is going to be over why college athletes should be paid. I'm going to show you the audience first. We've got 5 people here, 4 including the person holding the phone. All right, getting started. For college sports, athletes are not allowed to have jobs if they play for D1 or D2 schools. NCAA has a rule against them not being allowed to make over $2,000 per calendar year. I'm not sure why. I just thought that was, it's not fair. They have their tuition that's paid for sometimes by the school. They have their housing that's paid for, but anything extra, any kind of, going out with friends, any social stuff, they have to pay for out of their pocket. And if they're not allowed to have jobs, then how are they supposed to do that? Not everyone has, rich parents that can have them pay for everything. The second thing was the coaches. My second point was the coaches. How much money the coaches make is ridiculous. Give me an example. I believe Nick Saban, for Alabama football coach, his yearly salary is somewhere around $8 million. So if the football coach is making $8 million and the players aren't making anything whatsoever, and they're the ones out there, playing on the field, putting their bodies out there, prone to injury and everything, I just didn't see how that was fair at all, Another point was how much money colleges make off of these athletes. If you put football, basketball, hockey, golf, everything together, they bring in millions and millions and millions of dollars a year. And the only thing they're paying these athletes is for their tuition and, their food that they eat at the school. That's it. How can these colleges be making all that money, pay other coaches that much money, and not give the athletes anything? I don't see how it's fair. Another point that I had was these athletes, they pretty much work full-time jobs. They work 40 hours, they're there. Basically, whatever a person would work for a full-time job, and they're not receiving a paycheck. They're, all their hard work and dedication, they're not getting anything for it. And, their injuries, if their scholarships don't even go 4 years, it's a year-to-year basis on those scholarships. So if your coach says, yeah, we're going to have you for 4 years, but you're only getting a scholarship for 1 year. Well, you break your arm, you're not getting your scholarships for the next 3 years. So there's no guaranteed money anywhere, and I just didn't think that was right. Another point I had was a lot of these coaches are putting, I say coaches, anyone in the staff, the coaches, the academic advisors, they're putting some of the students in programs and degree plans that basically aren't going to do anything for them when they graduate. It's just an easy degree that will make it to where you can graduate with ease, you won't have trouble with your school, but once you do graduate, you can't really do anything with that degree. And, doing that, it's really just hurting the students. It's just making it to where they can pass really easy, and it doesn't seem right. So I really think that these college athletes should be paid somehow. Whether it be break it down by how much money the sport brings in to how much playing time they have. I don't know how you should pay them. They have to look at it though. If you pay them by game, by season, by how many plays they're on, how much time they're on the field, on the court, anything, they have to come up with a way to pay these athletes. And most schools don't even offer medical coverage for athletes that get injured. The big Division I schools do, the SEC and the Big Ten and all that, they have medical coverage. But if you play for like a D3 or D2 school, if you're hurt, most of that's coming out of your pocket, which I don't understand how that's even legal, honestly. That was the main reasons why I think college athletes should be paid. Is there any questions?
Yeah, I've got a question. What do the schools use for a reason of not paying the athletes at this time?
Their main point is saying that they are students, they're not workers. It's their privilege to play the game, and they think that paying their tuition is payment enough. And like I said, in some cases, tuition is very expensive. But if they're only paying tuition, then some students can't afford anything other than that. They're going to school, they're going to practice, then they have no money to do anything. So I guess these schools just think that paying tuition is good enough and they can handle the rest by themselves. Is that all?
Are the athletes allowed to have summer jobs or any job of any kind?
Yes and no. They can have a part-time job in like off season, but like I said, they can't make any more than $2,000 a year. And if they do, it's against NCAA rules, and they can be disqualified from any team events or anything. All right, that is all I have. Thank you, guys.